in London, Ontario, the home of the 2025 Memorial Cup champion London Knights. It's the second pre-tournament game between Canada and Sweden, playing an unusual two-game pre-tournament series. Canada won the opener 2-1 in Kitchener. As that lead pass goes up to Michael Misa, and Misa knocks the stick out of the hands of William Hawkinson, and Misa's going to get a penalty here for a slash. As Porter Martone goes in on Eric Nilsson. And finally touched up by the Canadians, and a minute and 8 seconds into the game, the slashing call will go to Misa.
Not exactly the start that Michael Misa was hoping for. In his first shift, he gets the puck, he's going on a dash, pulls it through the defender, and thinks he might be in for a chance. And as gets in his way, it's a little tap cord.
Miguel Bjork takes the return pass and plays it back. Momenting a hard shot, and the save made by Evan Kovic. Flip back across, here's Bjork, centers it. Save made by Evan Kovic, the puck still loose, they jam away at it. And the Swedes are indicating they've scored.
Eric Nilsson was pointing and celebrating. So it's the end board poking, and Ivan Kovic's left skate does trickle over the goal line. Looks like the puck is underneath it, so our best look at it here. They're sitting on it.
You can see the puck.
So it's the end board poking, and Ivan Kovic's left skate does trickle over the goal line. Looks like the puck is underneath it, so our best look at it here. They're sitting on it.
Call is no goal.
Okay.
Up ahead to Brady Martin, who scored twice in the game on Wednesday. Centering pass by Hage, just missed Martin. Now Iginla back with it. Tij Iginla, who did not play on Wednesday, looks back ahead. Iginla's season last year ended by hip surgery in December. There's a big hit at center ice by Keishon Aitchison, who takes a rabbit punch from Nilsson, and Eric Nilsson's going to get a penalty here for the Swedes.
Silly. Ridiculous penalty for Nilsson to take.
Danford. Up ahead to Misa. That's knocked away by Alphonse Frey, the Winnipeg second-round pick. And Frundell works in. Frundell gets a step and shoots, and Ivan Kovic makes a point-blank save on Anton Frundell. Swedes have one cut to make. They'll make it tomorrow. It's a forward who has to go.
That's a tough cut.
Yeah.
Got to go all the way back to Sweden.
On December 21st. And then on the 22nd, Canada and Sweden will fly to Minnesota together. In comes Misa on a partial break, taken down by Kratz.
They're going to dive.
They're going to get Misa too. And so Misa's going to take his second penalty of the opening period. They're going to take them both.
The thing is, for Michael Misa, I think he draws the penalty without diving.
Shields off Nilsson. Benoit after Danford. Poke check there by Frundell. Now Danford back with it.
High stick coming up to Sweden in behind the goal line.
Ivan Kovic makes his way to the Canadian bench, and McKenna comes on. Gavin McKenna, look out! It's off McKenna into the net. And the Swedes have a 1-0 lead on the bobble in the Canadian zone.
Responsible enough defensively to let the offense shine.
Now McKenna trying to work that free. Here's Martone in the corner, centers it, Misa in, shoots, and a good stop there by Aronstam. So maybe Canada's best shift of the game so far. And here is Danford. Waits for a line change to be completed, now regroups, and Danford up to McKenzie. Finds Hage, who looks down to Iginla. Here's Hage back on it. Hage gonna flip it back in front. Martin back to Carl's, a long shot goes off his skate. Rebound score! Tij Iginla ties the game and one. McKenzie, a long shot, goes off a leg, bounces back to Martone. Martone drops it back to McKenzie. In for McKenna, shoots him a sharp angle that's off the mask of Aronstam, up and out of play.
And that was intentional by McKenna.
Here is Martin, up to Iginla. Tij Iginla in, shoots, that rolled off his stick. Now knocked down by Martin. Martin's got some time. Winds it back across, Brooks sends it back in front, they score! shoots, and Canada's grabbed its first lead. Danford races up to keep it alive for Canada. Knocked back in the corner. Boumedienne falls, and a big hit there by McKenzie. The Swedish net has come off. And Celine Melania steps out. Looks wide and finds Danielson moving in. Aitchison stepped in to hit him. Played back for Celine Melania in shoots, and looking back is Ivan Kovic, but he's got it.
Sweden just trying to get a few puck touches up the ice and getting the offensive zone a little bit.
Yenborg drops that back off to Gastrin. His centering pass is picked up, and Rushdie's away for Canada. In comes Rushdie, taken down there by Frey, and Canada gets a late power play here in the second period.
Yeah, tough turnover for Frey as Gastrin goes around the net, throws it out to nobody in particular, and Rushdie's off to the races.
In for Parak, the quarterback of the game power play, feeds that down to Martin. That pass gets away from McKenna, who sweeps it back across to Misa. To Parak, moved away from him, and now Berglund moving in. McKenna hustling back. Here comes Berglund, shorthanded, shoots, scores! Jack Berglund scores 43 seconds into the third period. The shorthanded goal ties the game at 2. Here's Martin waiting at center ice. Out by Gluchenko with a sharp angle shot. And the stop is made, and then Martin was thrown down in front of the Swedish goal.
Somebody's getting a penalty.
Well, you'd think.
And that is a demonstrative call to Atkinson getting dragged to the box for Sweden.
Stenberg looks ahead to Yenborg. Here's Stenberg back with it. Ivar Stenberg walks in and shoots, scores! And Stenberg fires it home to give Sweden the lead back. Leaves that back for Lindberg. Boumedienne throws that towards the goal, picked off by Reed, ahead to Martin. He's got McKenna with him. In comes Martin. Walks in, looks back for McKenna. The pass out of his reach. A penalty coming up to Sweden. Martin was knocked down in front. Ivan Kovic goes to the bench. Shot by Danford, loose in front, finally touched up by the Swedes. And with 6:09 to go in the third period, Canada's going back to the power play. 6-on-5 Canada, the Swedes with possession. And McKenna knocks it down at center. Turns it over, picked up by Berglund. Berglund walks in and scores! Berglund with the empty netter makes it 4-2 Sweden. But Canada and Sweden split the 2-game pre-competition series as the Swedes win at 4-2. Final shots 25-16 in favor of Canada.